The Tampa Bay Lightning will take on the Montreal Canadiens in NHL action for Tuesday night. The Lightning on the road here, a favorite against my hot Canadiens. What's going on here? Haven't they been watching what's going on with the Habs currently? We're all excited right now in Montreal. I mean, this is, a good start for us is like, 2-3. And here's Montreal all of a sudden looking pretty decent so far after a few games. I mean, we're not running to the window or anything, but 5-4-2 so far. Tampa Bay's kind of off to the same start, 5-3-4 record. These teams been trending over a little bit so far, combined 12-9-2 to the over so far this season between the two teams. And let's maybe make sure we got the goalie situation here. I think we really, for this card, saw more goalies confirmed or, at least likely probable here. Yeah, Howard, I'll talk about it maybe when we get to college basketball. All right. So for me in this one, I think the goalies, if anything, Tampa Bay's kind of mixed it up a little bit or had some, I want to say not a late change, but anyways, maybe Tompkins, maybe Allen are the guys here, unconfirmed at this point, but uh, I'm going to take Montreal. There has been reported steam come in on Montreal already this morning. Only a couple games have really seen any movement, and especially on sides as far as significant movement. And Montreal is one of them. In fact, I think this line might actually be a little bit unfair. And if I'm going to take Montreal, I better get us the right line because I believe the steam was significant enough to probably put Montreal at a bit of a less bargain here. Well, Tampa Bay maybe down to $1.40 or so. I'll call it $1.35. Maybe the action will still keep coming in on Montreal. I don't know if this is, totally real with Montreal. I mean, I still feel like it's going to be quite a struggle just to snip the playoffs. But at this point, pretty happy. Bobby wants a lock. Hopefully, somebody will give us one. I like Montreal here. I'll take them on the money line. Puck line's too high at $2. Could do a little puck line if you want, but and if anything, if I was, like I said, these teams have trended to the over just a little bit. Maybe that'd be the direction that I would lean as well. But for me, I'm going to take Montreal here. Louir, thank you always. Nice to see you. The Buffalo Sabres will take on the Carolina Hurricanes. NHL action for Tuesday. Carolina here a big, $2 favorite or so, and the total 6.5 over at -125. And Carolina 7-5 right now on the season. Pretty okay start for Carolina right now. Buffalo, 6-6, not too bad. Look, I've talked up Devon Levi here. Certainly is a goaltender that I'm, looking to get on in some situations. Certainly, and this is probably going to be one of them at this price, especially with this puck line here at minus $1.45 or so. I think that's something. Maybe even it's $1.50. I think that's something that I could get behind. I should do this before the show. Make sure we got power. All right. Yeah, I'm going to look to take Buffalo here. I'll take them on the puck line at plus a 1.5 minus about $1.50 or so for me here. Look, on the puck line so far this season, Buffalo as a puck line underdog is 6-1. The Hurricanes as a puck line favorite are 3-7. I'm not too worried about even at $1.50 here. I think it's a pretty great price. Buffalo's covered the puck line every time on the road so far. 5-0 on the puck line on the road. So I'm going to take Buffalo Sabres here plus 1.5. The Minnesota Wild are going to take on the New York Islanders. NHL action here for Tuesday night with the Wild on the road here. An underdog, certainly, right now. The Islanders, 5 wins so far this season, a couple of losses, and they've been involved in 3 extra sessions with points in Minnesota here, 4-5-2, but they've been a big time over so far this season. But tell you what, the steam came in on the under in this one. I mean, it looks pretty solid. Problem is, we're probably going to be dealing with a 6 here. It does seem crazy that the Sharps, those crazy Sharps, they're just looking at numbers, apparently. And they don't care that the Wild are the biggest over team in the league, I think, so far this season. They smashed this game under already. And for a team that's gone, over, we're seeing now. We did even see DraftKings open this game at 5.5 over minus 118, which is, like I said, it's interesting because the Wild are certainly, playing to overs big time. The I'm sorry, the Wild, the Islanders aren't. The Islanders, well, they're 4-6. 6 unders in 10 games so far for the Islanders, but I actually trust this team. It's a little bit uncomfortable considering reading off those statistics to you, but this thing's definitely, I don't know, it could even go to 5.5. So like I said, I tend to believe the Sharps here on this move. Uh, Tough. I mean, I can't throw out any trends necessarily right now that would say take the under. I'm pretty much trusting the market here. I mean, anybody can look at it and just say, wow, let's now it's going 6 under 20, maybe even 5.5 over 25 or something. Let's just take the over here. But the contrast of and Varlamov maybe also part of it. And I don't know, for Fleury at this point, let me make sure on the goalie, or at least make sure this is the best situation. Fleury's confirmed in goalie here today. So I mean, that also may be a bit of a factor here because Fleury 2-2-1 with a 2.82 goals against, 89% save percentage so far this season. He actually came in the game last time. You don't see him come in relief very often, but he ended up making 13 saves against the Rangers in that game. So, if anything, this has been kind of a slow start for Fleury here, but maybe this will be the day. And I'm going under. I guess I could just make that my play. I guess any value is gone. Here's the thing, and I always, talk a lot of smack when it goes from my way. Oh, the Sharps are buying it down. That just gives us squares a great price. Well, not calling anybody square, but you're getting a pretty good price on the over with a Wild team that's gone over in 9 of 11 games so far. Hello to Ramsey today. And Vexen Organization 12 is here today as well. Yep. Bobby likes the NBA, but like we said, we're taking the day off from the NBA, and that, until further notice, is going to be what we do on Election Day. A couple of plays here on the Islanders in this one. Salty says only one goal allowed for Fleury on that night, and who knows? Fleury's not young anymore, right? But he still can. I would feel like let's have an effort tonight. I'm going under here, and I don't know. Kind of maybe gonna like the price here a little bit on the Wild. I would think. Good morning to Frederick. Was thinking. I don't know. We don't have a big presence, and I see Frederick hashtag TS. We could do hashtag Team Steam to communicate on social media a little bit, but I don't know. We wouldn't have that big of a. We've got our Discord. Join us in the Discord. Stats, picks. I try to put any pertinent late breaking injuries. If I don't get to it, doesn't mean I didn't. I just wasn't around, or it's only me. But Red Wings and Rangers NHL action here for Tuesday night. Detroit on the road, and we got. I don't know if Quick is going to be in there. Really? Maybe maybe Quick will be in there in this one right now. Husso is confirmed in goal for the Red Wings in this one, and a pretty good matchup right now, I would say, considering the start that the Red Wings have had. Certainly with their 7-4-1 record, the Rangers come in 8-2-1. This could be a nice game today, no doubt about it. Rangers might look a little high there as far as the price is concerned, but as impressed as I am with this Rangers start, this game might be a little bit tougher for them. I mean, what's the Rangers? Can we get some plus money on this puck line? I guess I could just lay the money line with the Rangers here. That feels fair to me. It's even down to $1.48 right now at some spots. So uh, I'm going to say not the luck runs out or anything. I just think this is a really good game, and I think that the Rangers will be ready for it, even if it is, Quick in there today, no problem. Instead of Igor. So I would think that either way, this to me the spot lines up for an under. I don't know how I can get there necessarily if Quick is. Look, I mean, I love Jonathan Quick. Don't get me wrong, but is Fernando going under in this game? Yes, yes, he is. Thomas might use the Rangers one way or another. Right? Is that what it was, Salty? Is that what it was? Okay, well, so they were both. Okay, I am going to take the Rangers here in this one. Good, like I said, great matchup. And look at these records. Feature matchup here tonight. And I had put puck line down because of price. I thought at a plus $1.50 or better is pretty good, and that's what it looks like it is. So I would think that's really funny, Salty. I don't know why if I missed that or if I just didn't see it right. All right, here. So, all right, give me the Rangers tonight against the Red Wings. The Winnipeg Jets will take on the St. Louis Blues. This is NHL action for Tuesday. The Jets here on the road. Going to be a road favorite here against uh, Binnington, I guess, expected to be in there. And Hellebuck for the Jets. So Jets come in. These teams have similar records right now. So it looks like what's going on here when you look at this game with Winnipeg and St. Louis. Yeah, is Winnipeg the better team maybe right now? Recognized a little bit stronger team, probably so, but enough to be a road favorite here against a St. Louis team that they're playing some pretty. They're not scoring, but they're also able to play some defense. They've gone under in 8 of 10 games so far this season. Have the Blues, and we haven't seen much action from Sharps. I don't think in this game. I don't know. Maybe they're not interested, but maybe the move is to Winnipeg. I saw them as low as $1.18 here. Let me peek at something here. Maybe something did come in since we. I thought I saw something come in since we started the show. No, nope. It was in a different game that we're going to preview coming up. So, okay, let's see. Here comes Vexen wants to go with the Jets here. Now, if this one goes any lower, I'm ready to come in on the over. I think if it It's at 6 flat right now. Tickets seem to be running pretty heavy on the under. Hmm. All right, let me check on the Hellebuck and Bennington situation here because I don't know. St. Louis feels like it. Yeah, no, both goalies unconfirmed here at this point this morning. But all right, uh, I don't know. These teams seem to be playing pretty similar at this point. I'd almost be interested in wanting to take the Blues here at home. I don't know if we're seeing any. That the Jets are the Blues. No, they're probably the same as last year. The Jets maybe not showing what they did quite last year. Yeah, I think that's what is going on right now. So let's go ahead and take the Blues at home in this one. Feels like a more even matchup than in what is indicated there on the odds. Fernando will lead the Jets also. And wrong Jets, says Salty Fly Guy, not last night's Jets. So let's try this night's Jets. And looks like I'm on the other side here with the Blues. And like I said, 8-2, 8 unders so far for the Blues in 10 games. Nashville Predators, Calgary Flames NHL action here. This one is for Tuesday. Got Nashville here. Going to be a little bit of a road dog against Calgary. I'm showing here about $1.25, maybe even $1.30 in this one. And the total here is about 620 maybe. Let's see here. Yeah, definitely. It looks like Calgary maybe even sneaking up to about $1.30 or so far. It's been a disappointing start for Calgary, or is this what we're going to see from Calgary right now? Why have the Alberta teams fallen so quickly here this season? This has not been good. 3-7-1 start. Nashville, maybe a disappointing start as well. Currently at just 5-6. But I don't know. They feel certainly like they played a little bit better. Um, but I don't know. Calgary needs a win so bad. These are the teams I'm getting. I'm trying to hold on to last year. It's starting to feel like maybe too long. But I've got to think Calgary. I got to think this has to be the spot for Calgary. I'm going to bump up the line here. I see $1.31 at some spots, so I'm going to put $1.35. Make sure we get the best. Going there with a little bit of confidence here with this line going to the window because I'm going to take the favorite here, uh, despite this poor record right now, and trust that Calgary, who is in need of turning this around somewhere. I mean, I'm move them near the bottom here at this point. I mean, only the sorry Sharks are probably below them at this point. But Nashville, it's been a rough or mediocre start, certainly for Nashville right now at a 5-6 record. So give me the Flames in this one to turn it around a little bit, or at least try to pick up a victory here. Lingowick says take the Predators. And this might not be the best game on the card, Ferner. Well, the Seattle Kraken, they're going to take on this year's Seattle Kraken. Well, I don't know what they are. They're the Arizona Coyotes, and they're a pick 'em tonight. If anything, we can say about Arizona's decent start, good start for Arizona, is that the odds makers seem to have caught up with them quite early. I was already surprised at the beginning of the season they were talked up as such a improved side, and they've lived up to that billing actually with the 5. They have a better record than Seattle coming in here, so they've been quite good so far, and it feels like this is going to be a decent spot for them here as well. This price, I'm sure, is Let's see here, because they could even be considered a bit of more of a favorite than this. It's I'm gonna say it is still a pick 'em in pretty much everywhere if you just take a scan across the board. Uh, Pretty wide. Now the total definitely is going under here. I could almost add some to the juice here. It looks like. I mean, 620, 625 now at some spots. So the move here is definitely on the under. The reported steam. This was the game I mentioned. Let me see what time that was. Steam came rolling in here. Yeah, just 1 minute. Well, I can't start right at the top of the hour, but right when I was prepping for the show, to, clicking all the boxes that you're supposed to do and all that. The steam came in on the under in this game. So you're laying some pretty nifty juice here now, I think. Oh, sorry about that. Let me show, but let me put it at 6.5 under 20. I'm seeing a 6 over even right now. So let me put that up there. It is 6 over 25, but um, this has been a significant move to the under, and I pretty sure I was on the under already, unfortunately. Oh, let me give out. I'm going to give out Calgary. I mean, Calgary. Arizona. No, let me look one more time. Give exactly the one that I prefer here in this one. Okay, I'll go under here, especially. Let me see what book I just quoted there with that 6. Bovada has already moved to a 6 flat. Bovada's already moved to a 6 flat. Can you this thing? I mean, this thing has taken a dive. Well, I can't give it out as a premium. I do like the under. I guess it's going to have to be a 5 goal game or less here now. There are 6.5s out there. I'm just going to put it at 6, but this one seems to be a fast mover here today, and I'm showing the sharps. I mean, the alerts have come in. I mean, I've seen at least 5 moves come in here on the Kraken and the Coyotes, and the bigger the juice gets, the less of a play it is, less of a good play it is. But I'm taking under. What what the Coyotes say, Fernando? Ho 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 ho! All right, Nathan. What happened here? How did we get 2 free? Hello, Joe. Yeah, I don't know. I'm so happy with this Coyote. I mean, I'm just happy for them. Happy for them. What is it? Is that the coyote noise, Fernando? All right. The New Jersey Devils going to take on the Colorado Avalanche. NHL action here for Tuesday. Real nice game here with the Avalanche. Yeah, the big favorite, no doubt. $1.75, 6.5 under 15. Yeah, we could even maybe call it 6.5 under 20 right now. Vanacek and Gurdjieff here in this one. Got an Avalanche team uh, coming in right now, 7-3. The Devils, they're 7-3, 7-3-1. So I mean, the Devils have been playing very, very well so far. Interestingly, on the puck line, they've been quite bad. So it's almost as if I don't know. This to me, it looks like a good start, but if you really look at the betting, and again, puck line is we know it can be different team, different and things happen, but um, they haven't covered a lot of puck lines in their wins, and they've been a dog in some too. So tough to say there. Let me look. I'm even going to look at it as we discuss it here. The numbers for these two teams. I don't know if the puck line is going to be even worth it necessarily. I mean, you got virtually the opposite odds here with the New Jersey at plus 1.5, and the total, of course, is not 20. What did I just do? 6.5 under 20. There we go. That's the problem. So Devils and Avalanche 6.5 under 20 here in this one. New Jersey, they're the most automatic over right now in the league in 11 games so far. The Devils have gone over, but it doesn't feel like that's where we would be headed tonight. Does it? Against Colorado on the road? Peek at something here because uh, maybe it's going to be popular. In fact, I've seen it get steamed a couple of times already. Not widely reported steam just yet. Just some subtle movement. Now there was buyback certainly on the under quickly, and that move looks better to me, quite frankly. And you have a 6.5 there, so I think that maybe the public could be interested in the over here eventually, but I'm not. I don't think I want to, even with a 9-1-1 trend here. I've got Gurdjieff in a home game, two good teams. Is this really going to be uh, more of you know, a game that could see seven or more goals? That doesn't feel like it is to me. Hello, Woody Tamora. It's very nice to have you here today. Pleasure to meet you. I don't think I've had the pleasure. So thank you for coming in. He needs a plus 300 today. Wow, I don't know if I have. Hmm. Well, maybe I'll look into a college football money line or something. I'll see what I can do, Woody. Or I guess a parlay would always work. All right. For me, I'm going to go under in this game. I think that maybe if anything, maybe that record that record. Peasy says the last two have gone under. Okay, um, and maybe look, I'm trying to give some good statistics. Watch a lot of games, right? But just you know, I don't stick to the numbers. Otherwise, I'd end up on the same sides and totals. It feels like every game. The odds makers aren't that wrong. I'm trying to deduct in my mind what would happen when the Devils take on the Avalanche tonight. Let me look at those two games here real quick. Okay, yeah, there were some 6.5s certainly in that Blackhawks game. Even if it was a push, it still was felt more like an under in that game with 4-2. And the way that game went, and the game against the Blues was 4-1, so maybe things are getting a little bit more in control. There's been no real ridiculous. I mean, 8, 9. There's an 8. There's a 9. There's a 10. I see them all. And the average goals is what 7.5 for the Devils games so far. But no doubt, the Avalanche games average 6 goals, 6 goals a game, and their home games 6.4. Devils on the road 7.0. I've got Gurdjieff. I hope. Not confirmed. I don't think, and I'm not basing on that. I think the spot of the Devils coming in to face the Avalanche has me on the under. All right. Here comes the Penguins and the Ducks NHL action for Tuesday night. And hey, this is a good game between between a couple of Quacker teams here, the Penguins and the Ducks, on a pond, on a frozen pond, nonetheless. All right, here in this one, look, this is say what you will, and even about that last game, I could go on and on against what Anaheim is doing right now. This is totally exciting, and they're 7-4 currently. They're covering puck lines as well as an underdog, doing a great job. They're the team coming in 7-4 here, while the Penguins are a measly 6-5. They're still the Penguins. I get it. They're $1.50 something on the road. Forget about it. Come on. I know I'm sticking with maybe too many of these teams from last year or whatever. Not here. I want the Ducks. I want the Ducks. I want them on the money line. Worried about Pittsburgh actually defensively here in this game. I think this one could, we could see 7 goals for sure here in this one. I like the Ducks to win. Darren likes him too. He's got all of his plays up here, including the Ducks money line. So thank you for your card, Darren. Fernando wants the Devils. Oops, wrong, the other game. Sorry about that. Always bummed when I mess it up. All right. Well, I'll do it. I'm taking the Ducks here to win this one. The puck line does not. I don't think it interests me. I think it's a dollar. What $80, $90 or so. Yeah, $1.75. That's not terrible. It's always going to be pretty relative. Here, give me the Ducks, and I would think, you know, what is it? 6.5 over. I'll leave it at that. I'm not picking the over here, but look out. It might be 7 soon. It's 6.5 over 28 in a pretty sharp offshore book. So, and I think for me right now, this looks like the Ducks in a high scoring game. All right, it's time to get some counseling here and see what we're going to do about this situation. Because I mean, what do we do? Does the league have to step in here a little bit today? Do they have to, appoint a general manager or a coach, something here to try to fix this situation with the Sharks? Because at once is a there's an old saying that I don't know what it one is a two is a pattern, three is a trend, whatever. Two 8-0 get 9-1, 10 to whatever it was. That doesn't look like a coincidence. And we already saw some bad performances earlier in the season. Are we looking at a historically bad team here with the Sharks? They haven't won yet, and they're losing by unprecedented margins, especially in today's game, in today's style of league. Now, here's the funny thing about it: the whoever these sharps are that I don't know, that nobody knows, that everybody talks about, they're the ones kind of keeping the price down on this one at $1.85 for Philadelphia. Puck line here, plus money with the Flyers on the puck line. Now, this is a situation. If they didn't lose the last 2 games, I promise you, this is how I do things. If I didn't watch the games, if I didn't say I don't know what's going on, I don't understand hockey, and I've watched hockey since I was a kid. I don't understand what's going on even in today. You don't play the sport. I mean, I know what's going on. I know the stats, the trends, the bets, whatever. But there are inner workings of hockey, I'm sure, that even I'm not probably too adept with. So if a team is totally broken here, why are these so-called sharps willing to keep? Or am I wrong? Why isn't Philly 225 here today? I mean, it's Philly. I know they're terrible, and they might be starting Urson in goal here, who has actually been he's been okay actually, right? So I'm going to take the Flyers on the puck line. My computer is blowing up. Sharks. Did you take the Sharks? This is the best spot for the Sharks. I mean, maybe these are the ones that I'm missing on. Maybe tonight's the night for the Shark. I can't do that. I'm laying the puck line here with the Flyers. Figure even the Flyers can take a puck line on the Sharks right now. They did lose a game a few. They lost a game by only 1 goal. Lingowick, thank you. He likes the game to go over here tonight. I wasn't sure. Yeah, they're already done. Well, I know, right? It's not so much. It's scary though, right? I mean, no team should be this bad here, and then it's not like the Sharks have done anything to make their team right. It doesn't seem like it to me. The Sharks have done anything to try to improve their team or anything like that. So I'm going to give the Sharp. I mean, I'm telling you. I mean, I've already seen. Sure, Joe. Yeah. Oh, okay. Yeah, you say when the night comes, they'll crush it. Yeah, you got to get it right. There's no way that I predict the Sharks will not go 80 and 1 this season. But it's a matter of getting that game right. And you know, to invest all this money in this computer equipment, programs, uh, time and effort, and the thing tells me to take the Sharks, and I'm just saying, forget it, computer. You aren't watching the games. So give me the Flyers today. One more time. I'm not one of those. We'll just fade them until we lose or whatever. But this is bad of epic proportion right now. I don't think I am overemphasizing right now, just because of those two losses. Not to mention all the other losses so far. Where was that one goal game? Oh, it was the opening game of the season. Wow, how time flies. Every time since then, the Flyers have lost by more than 2 goals every game, except for the first game of the season against the Avalanche, which was 2-1, by the way. And of course, last 2 games have been outscored 20 goals to 3 at home to the Penguins and the Canucks. Joe might do it, and I guess if I was super wise guy, I'd do it too. I can't come on here in my own. I love to be that guy. I even when I go against you guys, I kind of sheepishly say, "Oh, I'll go against you guys. I'll take the other two." This one would be like, "I'm going with the Sharks." No, I'm going with the Flyers here. All right, that's NHL. Thank you guys.